What is up, everyone? It's Jackson here with Ivy League Auto with another comparison video for you today. If you're new to our channel, what we do, we look at new vehicles, look at the different trim levels that are option, what are the differences, what are the features that you're going to get, what are the features you're going to miss out on. So hopefully when you go to the dealership to look at these and test drive, you're not totally blindsided by all the different options and features, and you kind of have a solid idea what you're going in for, you know, how much you're expecting to pay for the features that you want to get and what features maybe you can live without. So we're looking at the 2021 Mazda 3 Sedan today. If you're cross-shopping that against the Mazda 3 hatchback, I did a video on that as well. Make sure to check that out. There are some differences, mostly similarities, but there are some differences there. The key difference being this 2.0 sedan trim. So this is a very, very base model trim. This is doesn't even offer the same engine as the rest of them. It's the 2-liter, not the 2.5-liter. So a little bit less power. And I might be able to rule this one out off the bat for you. It is the only Mazda 3 in the entire lineup that does not offer Android Auto and Apple CarPlay integration, which for me, and I think for a lot of shoppers, is a very, very important feature. It's just one of those things that you kind of expect, and when a car doesn't have it, for me, it's not, maybe not a deal breaker, but if one trim doesn't offer it and one trim does offer it, I'm going to opt for the trim that offers it. It's just so nice to have. It's so convenient. If you haven't had a car with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it's once you have it, you don't want to go back. So maybe that rules it out for you, maybe not. Either way, so we got the 2.0 sedan, we got the 2.5S sedan, which is kind of the, in my opinion, the actual base model, because I wouldn't even consider the 2.0. Then you got Select Preferred Premium, which kind of similar to how Mazda used to do Sport, Touring, Grand Touring, same kind of hierarchy there. So we look, obviously, with the exception of the 2.0, they're all going to come with that 2.5-liter 4-cylinder Skyactiv G. The front-wheel drive is all-wheel drive is not offered on the 2.0 sedan or the 2.5S sedan. So if you want all-wheel drive, you're automatically looking at a Select trim here. You know, if you live in one of those colder climates or you drive in wet weather a lot, the iActive all-wheel drive is something that's probably going to be important to you. Here's some fuel economy numbers. You can see with front-wheel drive, we're looking at about 30 miles per gallon combined city highway. With the all-wheel drive, we're looking at about 28 miles per gallon combined city and highway driving. Mazda Connected Services, their telematics system that's offered across the board, even on the 2.0S. But like I mentioned, the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, not offered on that 2.0S, but it is offered on every trim above that, including the hatchbacks as well. 8-speaker audio system is standard. The Premium adds this amazing Bose 12-speaker premium audio system. Whole lot of engineering went into that to cut down on noise, vibration, harshness, road noise inside the cabin while you're driving, but also provide that premium, really good sounding audio on the inside. Radar Cruise, that's going to be standard across the board, even on the 2.0S. So awesome that Mazda offers that on pretty much, well, on every trim level. They offer that Radar Cruise with stop and go. Super convenient feature. I love having that. Blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, that starts getting offered on the Select trim. So if that safety tech is something that's important to you, you're going to want to start looking at the Select trim. Paddle shifters, I could take them or leave them, but those are only offered on the premium trim with the automatic transmission. Premium trim is going to add signature LED headlights and taillights. So just something a little more distinctive looking than just the traditional LED headlights and taillights. But again, LED headlights and taillights standard across the board, which is awesome. A lot of manufacturers will just offer a standard halogen bulb instead of LED. LED makes a huge difference in terms of brightness, and I think they just look way better. Halogen kind of makes a car look a little older and a little bit less advanced. That being said, we get to the exterior. Again, main difference here, even from the very, very base model up to the premium trim, you're going to get those LED headlights. This, again, the main difference, the premium has what they call the signature LED headlights and taillights. Side mirrors, you're going to get integrated turn signals included with the Select and up. Below the Select, you're not going to have those integrated turn signals. And then with the Preferred and Premium, because you're going to get that 8-way power adjustable driver's seat, they also have memory positioning for the mirrors, which is really nice. That's kind of a luxury feature there. Now, this is getting into some aesthetic stuff here. The front grille has a matte finish on the 2.0, the 2.5S, and the Select. Once you get to the Preferred and Premium, you're going to have a gloss black finish. If you've seen it in person, the gloss black looks really, really good. Another difference for those of you that may be considering either the sedan or the hatchback for the Mazda 3, the not the lower bumper decoration, but the chrome around the grille. It's chrome on the sedans, and it's kind of a darker finish on the hatchbacks. I personally think the darker finish looks a lot better. So that might be something, if the aesthetics are important to you, that might be something you're kind of looking at there. And then if a sunroof is important to you, you're going to be at the Preferred or the Premium trim level. Sunroof's not offered below the Preferred trim level. Wheel size. So this is something really nice that Mazda does. What a lot of manufacturers, especially in this segment, are going to do, if you get one of the lower trims, one of the base models, you're going to get steel wheels with a cheap looking plastic wheel cover. With Mazda, they give you alloy wheels across the board. Now, granted, with the base models, the 2.0 and the 2.5S, you're going to have a 16-inch. And with Select and above, you're going to get an 18-inch. And then they get what they call a bright finish on the premium. So again, you're going to see this as a theme kind of across the board here. The premium adds those extra touches that just make it look a little bit more upscale, a little bit more upmarket, and really differentiate it from the lower trims. If that's not something that's super important to you, maybe the Preferred is just fine, but the premium does add just those extra touches, that little extra attention to detail. Some specs. Now we get to the color offerings. So with our base model, with our 2.0 sedan, the only options you have are silver, metallic, or jet black. So your color selection is pretty limited there. The 2.5S is going to add white and a deep crystal blue. I guess for whatever reason you can't get a sonic silver on the 2.5S. Now Select, this is where you get some more colors. You can add white, silver. You got your crystal blue mica, really nice color with some metallic flakes in there. That soul red crystal metallic, really, really good looking color. Then we get to our Preferred and our Premium, and this is where you have your normal offerings. If you were looking at the hatchback, you would have a polymetal gray option, which I think is an amazing color. That is not offered on the sedan. So again, if you're cross-shopping the sedan and the hatchback and you really like that polymetal gray color, only available on the hatchback. Now we get to the interior, and this is where the premium kind of starts to differentiate itself a little bit. So with comfort and convenience, we go all the way to our base model here. And you still have the remote keyless entry system. I think that's great that they include that. Mazda Advanced Keyless Entry System is only included with the Select and above. So yeah, you still get a keyless entry, but you get the Advanced Keyless Entry System, which means you don't have to take your key. You don't have to take the key out of your pocket to lock and unlock the car. There's a button and the sensor behind the door handle that allows you to just walk up and open the door. So that's a really nice feature, and that's something that I think's worth considering a Select or above to have something like that with push button start, everything like that. Sun visors included. That's pretty standard. Vanity mirrors, for whatever reason, are included with the Preferred and the Premium, and not with the Select and below. So again, something to think about if you like having the vanity mirrors. Storage, and this is something that I find interesting that Mazda does. The lower models do not offer a upper console with a sunglass holder. May not be important to you, but if you want a sunglass holder and an overhead console, you're looking at Preferred or Premium for that one. Now, seating and trim, again, starting to kind of get a little clearer here. So the 2.0 sedan and the 2.5S sedan are only available with a black cloth interior. Once you get to your Select, your Preferred, you're going to have a leatherette trimmed sports seat, and you're going to get a couple more color options there. You also get a leather wrapped steering wheel, which if you drive a lot and you like, to have those good touch points and like the car to feel a little more upscale, a leather wrapped steering wheel is going to be important. If you don't get the leather wrapped steering wheel, it's kind of a rubberized finish, which in my opinion doesn't feel as upscale. It kind of feels a little cheap. So that's something that's kind of important to me. Heated seats only available on the Preferred and Premium. So if that's a feature that's important to you, you're looking at Preferred and Premium. And then those 8-way power adjustable driver's seats. So if you want that power adjustable, and again, remember that comes with the mirror position as well. So with that memory, it's going to not only put your seat back to where you had it, but put your mirrors back to where you had it too. So if you're somebody that has multiple drivers of the car, maybe you and your spouse share a car, or you let a teenage child drive the car, you're going to want that so you don't have to get in there and adjust your mirrors and adjust your seats every time you drive the car. So that's a nice feature to have. That's on Preferred and Premium. Now, audio and infotainment, again, we mentioned all except that 2.0S include the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration. The Premium adds that 12-speaker audio system, like we said. They all have that 8.8-inch center display. So with the 2.0, you got that 8.8-inch center display, but not really going to use it for a whole lot since you don't have the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You do get XM satellite radio. So if satellite radio is important to you, you're automatically looking at the Premium trim there. And then aluminum speaker grill, that's part of that 12-speaker premium audio system. The aluminum speaker grill is just something that makes that interior look and feel just a little bit more premium, a little bit more upscale. And then the navigation system, that's something offered on the premium trim that's not offered on the lower trims, which if you have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, you're probably not going to be using this navigation system a whole lot. But again, something to keep in mind there. Another thing the premium trim adds that none of the other trims have is windshield projected full color active driving display, or you may have heard it called a heads up display, and traffic sign recognition. So again, that's not something offered on the lower trims. It's just kind of one of those extra tech features that makes the premium stand out a little bit more. Now we get to the interior colors. So like I mentioned, on the 2.0, 2.5S, the black cloth is your only option. Select, you get the black leatherette, but that's also your only option. Now Preferred, you have the option between the black or the grayish, which is gray and beige. And then the Premium adds the super nice white leather as an option. Just something that's a little bit different. And with the Mazda 3 interiors, they not only have the leather on the seats, they have the leather on the dash, and they have it on the doors. So if you get that white leather, you get a super nice, distinctive looking white leather dash with stitching. Whereas if you get the black leather, it's just all black in there. Something to keep in mind, the white leather over time might get some discoloration or some stains. it's just something that happens with light colored seats. So if you have kids, or you get your car dirty a lot or whatever, you may consider the white or the black leather over the white. But the white definitely looks really distinctive, looks really good, and I like that they offer something beyond just black leather, because I think that's just so common. And then we get to engine and mechanical, and we're pretty much the same across the board with these, with the exception of the 2.0, obviously. But it's that 2.5 Sky Active G, 186 horsepower, ample amount of power for this car. And that's pretty much it there as far as the differences. The driving dynamics and everything are, pretty similar across the board. They don't really change any of the core features of the car or the engineering of the car based on the trim level. It's mostly going to come down to your preference on aesthetics, interior, convenience features, things like that. Obviously the premium has the most of those kind of luxury upmarket features. In general, most buyers are going to be pretty satisfied with either a Select or a Preferred. The premium just takes it that much further and really showcases that high quality Mazda engineering and craftsmanship of the interior, and really brings the whole feel of the car up market, in my opinion. So that is the coverage of the non-turbo models. Now we get to some enthusiast stuff and the cars that I am really excited to learn more about and see, and hopefully drive, just to see how awesome this feels. So this is, for those of you that are not aware, this 2.5 turbo is the same engine that they put in the Mazda CX-9, which is a much bigger vehicle, 3-row SUV. They put that 2.5 turbo in. So you can imagine they put this 2.5 turbo in a compact sedan. This thing has got to feel quick. So they only offer the turbo with the all-wheel drive, and that's going to justify some of the difference there in price, because with the non-turbo trims, you can have either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Well, the turbo trims automatically include all-wheel drive, so that kind of justifies some of that price difference there. You can see the miles per gallon doesn't take that big of a hit. You lose 2 mpgs in the city, 1 mpg on the highway, and 1 combined. Really small price to pay for having that much more power. CarPlay integration, again, across the board. Both of those turbo models are going to come standard with that 12-speaker audio system. So that's also something to think about, and also kind of justifies a little bit of that higher price point. Again, radar cruise, standard on both turbo models, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, paddle shifters, signature LED headlights, and combination taillights. You can see it's really obvious, even with the 2.5 turbo, that they want to position this as the more upmarket model. It's the bigger engine, more power. They want to make this a little bit more upscale even than just the preferred model of the non-turbo. Let's see what else we get here. With this Premium Plus model, you get some more effects on the outside. So you get like a black lip spoiler on the back. On the hatchback, you get kind of like a front lip and a whole sport package. You're still going to get those 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels, the black finish. And then your color options for the turbos. You got red metallic, white, jet black, machine gray. Again, that polymetal gray is only offered on the hatchback, which is kind of unfortunate, but it does kind of distinguish the hatchback. You can see fully loaded as far as the options list for both the turbo and the Premium Plus turbo. All have the push button start, the advanced keyless entry, the vanity mirrors, everything like that. Seating and trim, so this is where, the 2.5 turbo comes with that leatherette. The Turbo Premium Plus comes with the actual leather. Both are going to have, leather wrapped steering wheel, heated seats, 8-way power adjustable. But really the difference there is that you've got the leatherette in the base one, and you've got the leather, the real leather in the Premium Plus. Audio and infotainment, no difference there. 12 speaker audio, CarPlay, Android Auto. Infotainment system, that Premium Plus is going to add the navigation system where the Turbo does not have that. And then the Premium Plus adds that heads-up display and the traffic sign recognition. But really, that's about it. So you think you're paying, $29,000, well, $29,900 for the base Turbo, and you're not really missing out on a whole lot of the premium features. But if that heads-up display and the genuine leather and everything is important to you, that's where you kind of would have that difference there, and that would kind of justify that price difference between the Turbo and the Premium Plus. But realistically, if you're looking for that Turbo model, both are going to suit you. They're both very well equipped, even when compared to the already well equipped trim levels of the non-Turbo model. So you just, in my opinion, you're really not going to go wrong with either of those. I think it just is going to come down to pricing and honestly personal preference. Maybe some people would rather have the leatherette. Maybe some people would rather not have the heads-up display. Just, again, personal preference. But that will conclude the video. I hope that this answered some questions that you had. I hope you're leaving this video more well-informed about the Mazda 3 Sedan than you were when you started watching it. And best of luck in your car shopping endeavors. Feel free to like this video if it helped you out. If you learned something, please subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. We do videos like this all the time. Take care, everybody.